Hi, this is Paimon version 2, episode number 9. Today I'm going to be covering the sound I added to Paimon and a few other extras. I took apart the test board during my Halloween video and I used that all on pumpkin, so I need to put this all back together again. Then once I've done that, then I'm going to test the speakers that I've got. And the reason why I want to test them, they are USB and I'm using them on a Orange Pi, so I need to test. They do work on Windows, but I do need to test if they work on Linux. So I want to plug that in that. So basic idea here is, I'm just going to see if that turns on. Okay, red light, good. So I converted my Halloween code to Paimon, and then I plugged this in and I had to mess around a little bit, and then I got it working. That's just a test file I had from ages ago. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this apart, and then I want to make a smaller, there's two speakers in here, and I want to make a little smaller mold for this, and then fit it into Paimon. Over here. I've just got to modify the 3D files and reprint all of that. And you can see what it looks like. So it's got this little board and then the two speakers. So what I want to do is make a little section for each speaker. I started designing the parts and I came up with this fit initially, and this is just to hold the two speakers in. There were a few problems, so I then redesigned it and came up with this. I've already got the two speakers in here. This has got a cover and a holder for the little electronic board. Here are the other two parts which have just been printed. So this one sits over there and this one sits over there. I've tested I've got an example from Paimon just to test. These speakers don't have a lot of bass, so they sound a bit different when I've been playing the Halloween stuff. So that's why I decided to get a Paimon sound, since that's exactly what it's going to be playing. And
that voice sounds really familiar. Well, we've got the time. Why don't we go check it out?
And doesn't sound too bad. It's not exactly what it's supposed to sound like, but it's fine for me. Next I'm going to be doing the software. I cleaned up the code on the screen so I don't have to play with it much more again. I want to now take Paimon and this whole section over here and put it back together again. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bottom section apart and install the speaker into it. I have the head on. Now it is time to attempt to put the speaker on. The speaker goes there, and these connections replace those ones, so that would go there, this would go there. This one didn't print properly, it came loose at the end, so it's curved in here. I might have to reprint this, but I'm gonna try sand it down and see if it still works like it, otherwise I'll reprint it. So the plan is I can't get at these inner screws at the top here without taking all of the stuff off, so I'm going to attempt to take it off at this section, so split it here. I'll move that to the side, keep the wires on, then I'll take these off, and I might have to take this off just to get the cables out, and then I'll attempt to replace it, see if that works, and go from there. So I've sort of got it in. It's not perfect, but it's in there. I angle grinder this away. Angle grinder might seem a bit harsh, but you can actually be quite accurate with the angle grinder, as long as you be very delicate. But that is connected, so the next thing I need to do is then connect the cables back up again and test if this all works. If something doesn't work, then I'm going to have to, like I said, take stuff apart and debug. I might have to take the head off and tighten the screw here because this is moving on the top there. Not too sure what's happening there. Switch it on. Switch that on. Okay, that's not good. Switch off. Okay, nothing's coming on, right? Okay, let's switch it on like that. What I'm checking now is the STM32 coming on? Okay, so that's getting, that's like the last time I had a loose connection. So that was glued onto there. That's what's come loose. That's what was making that cracking noise. So in order to fix that, I need to take that out. What I'll do is I'll put a pin through here and re-glue it. 2 pins. So that should hold it in there fine. The idea is I take this, put that over there, clamp it on, and then drill holes, 2 holes, one there, and put 2 nails in. I don't need enormously thick nails, so something like that should be fine. So it is now finished drying, and I'll carry on putting everything back together and then test it again. So I found the issue I was having. I have this connector here which is 3.3 volts, and it goes to the STM32. This plug here, right at the bottom, is snapped in between the board. It's the solder joint's fine, but it's snapped in between the board and then this little screw-in block. Okay, well, the plastic thing fell off while I was doing this, so now you can see what I mean. So that block is still attached fine, this other block came loose. What I did is I replaced the connection with one of these. I just had to move it one up. Next I recorded myself playing the latest version of the Pyro Archon quest, and then I grabbed a few shots from that where Paimon is speaking.
What are you looking at? But Paimon only sees one person there. Do you think she's drunk?
Then I enhanced the servo code I wrote in Paimon version 2 episode 5, which allowed me to write some scripts to animate Paimon, and this is what I ended up with.
What are you looking at? But Paimon only sees one person there. Do you think she's drunk?
Paimon's voice here is quite soft, but I can fix that. The other problem is the servos are quite loud, which I can hopefully fix by either getting better servos or trying to quiet the ones that I've got. At the end of the previous video, I was trying to explain how I've got issues updating the screens that I'm using for the eyes fast enough. And I think I've come up with a really good solution for that. Next, I'm not very happy with the way the mouth of Paimon is turning out. And I've got a few ideas on how to fix that too, but that's going to come much later on. Anyway, thanks for watching and goodbye.